And gentlemen, Gachagua seems to be a very bitter man. Now, why am I saying this? When I listened to Gachagua's speech in Embu, I personally felt like Gachagua is very bitter. There's something that is seriously hurting Gachagua. But what could be this? Now, when I look at Gachagua very well, there are so many things you can draw from him. There are so many identities of Gachagua. First of all, always making journeys to the mountain. Gachagua never travels to any other place alone except to the mountain. I've never seen him here in Kisii launching a project or something. I've never seen him to other places, going to launch projects like Samburu or other places. Gachagua is very specific. He goes to the mountain to go and see how the people from the mountain are doing, particularly in churches and also maybe in some ceremonies like music ceremony and concerts that are happening there. However, something that is touching me about Gachagua's journeys is that he does not go mostly to launch projects. And that is what is concerning me. What is he telling people when he goes to the mountain? What is he telling them as far as leadership is concerned? Because the people of the mountain don't just need verbal things, they need development. But that is not the essence of this video here today. The essence of here today, it is the intention of the speech that Rigathi Gachagua made in Embu. But before I dissect on that speech, kindly, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. And for those who have returned for another time actually, thank you so much for being our followers, and please keep doing so because that's the best support. Once again, you can always give this channel. Let me dive into the topic today. Now, Rigathi Gachagua gave a very nice speech in Embu, but in this nice speech, there are a few things I was able to draw. Let me tell you, my viewers, that I'll be following closely on what Moses Kuria and Rigathi Gachagua are doing, whether they are going parallel or they are going to merge somewhere. But in this case here, I did a video on Moses Kuria. Go and check what I did. But now I'm talking about Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, and of course the Deputy Party Leader of UDA, United Democratic Alliance Party. Now, in this case here, when Rigathi Gachagua was giving the speech, the President was right beside him. So therefore, actually, the President is the one who gave him the chance. What did I note from Gachagua's speech? Before I tell you this, Gachagua has been branded by the people of the mountain to be a tribalist. Some politicians have called him a tribalist. Some people have said that they don't want tribal politics again in this country. The President has emphasis on that now and then. But now when he gives Gachagua a chance, listen to what he tells them. The first thing that he said is this. First thing he said is that the people of Embu were the highest in terms of percentage, in terms of the votes they gave William Ruto in the 2022 presidential elections. Let me just talk about that statement alone first. That statement was aimed to remind William Ruto that these people of the mountain are the ones who determined whether he was to become president or not. That's the first thing. He's reminding him that the people of the mountain are the only ones who voted for him. Are the ones who gave him the highest percentage of votes. Now, the better part of the speech is where he said that after these people had voted, it's their right to get the development project at 10 points. So therefore, they don't need to say thanks. No thanks at all. Now, when I talk about this, I'm not concerned about people getting development or not. I'm concerned about the kind of a tone Rigathi Gachagua is using when his boss is around. He could have said, for instance, thank you so much for the people of the votes. Now we've come to say thank you for the votes that you gave us. But in this side, on the other side, Gachagua is saying that Mr. Rais wa Kenya, these people do not completely, they voted for you, and therefore it is their right. Saying their right, they have to get it. That's what it means. So therefore, William Ruto has no choice here other than taking the development project to that region. That was wrong because it was the decision of the President to come to Embu and give the project there that he said. But Rigathi Gachagua felt that this is the time to tell the President, these people deserve what you are giving them. You don't need to say thanks. They don't need to praise you at all. Another thing I noted from there is this. Now, Gachagua is also justifying the statements that he used to make before. That they are the people who are having the highest shareholding in the company, that is Kenya Kwanza government. And therefore, the Raila Amolo Odinga's entrance, it doesn't matter. It is all about the people of the mountain. Okay? Of the mountain. So therefore, Rigathi Gachagua is trying to remind the President that he is right, the President is wrong. That's what I could be able to draw. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is what I was able to draw from the Deputy President's speech. Another thing I want to say here, It is that Rigathi Gachagua, in one way or the other, the message that is always speaking to the people of Embu or the mountain is now getting maybe useless. Let me use that term. I'm sorry to use it. Why am I saying so? The reaction Gachagua used to get during the one man, one vote shilling just before the protest, the reaction was so good. People were praising, raising hands, happy, the language and everything. But now, seemingly, the message is being neutralized from a certain quarter. Who do you think is neutralizing this? The moment he speaks, there are no applause that he used to receive when the deputy president, when he was speaking in other regions just before the protest in the country. There are no cheering that used to be heard from the crowd. Instead, people are just taking the normal, he's speaking and finishing. If you want to note that, see what he said in Muranga, see what he said in where? Embu again. President William Ruto right now is in the mountain giving various projects to those people there, which is okay. But now the tone of the deputy president is wanting. Another thing I've come to notice this. When I heard Ndindi Nyoro speak about the projects that are going to be carried out in the mountain and now the president is executing them, I realized that the deputy president is already sidelined. He's already doing alone. He's already a lone ranger. That made me realize that the president is empowering somebody through the projects. What do I mean by this? The president William Ruto is going to the mountain. He will restore the hopes of the mountain on him. In him, actually. That means people are going to turn the narrative. People are going to start changing the tune that was happening. Because right now he's taking electricity to people's houses. He's interacting with Mama Mboga there now. The people in the villages. And that is what we need, of course, of a president. But now something that is wanting here, it is that as he does this, Rigathi Gachagua is next to him. But that feeling of our deputy president being around, that vibe is no longer there. That means Rigathi Gachagua is an only man. Some of these feelings don't come from the crowd. They come from himself. He's never happy. He's always relaxed. He's always bitter. He looks sad. And that is not the nature a deputy president of the country should also be appearing. So therefore, I have a strong feeling that going forward, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is going to be deemed completely out of order when it comes to the sentiments that he's using. I've always spoken on this channel and gave advice to the Deputy President that one thing he has to do is to look for allies, not for enemies. The people of the mountain already know that is probably the highest in rank right now as the leaders. Not even the kingpin, I can't say that the kingpin, but is among the highest in ranks in terms of leadership hierarchy. So therefore, he should just forge forward to bring more friendship, more friends on board, to give an alternative message to the people of Kenya. Because the people of the mountain also are very clever to an extent. They want someone who is a leader, not just a person who speaks anything about the mountain. Because one thing they know, they have had the first president, the fourth president of Kenya, the third president, and in all these times, they have been having problems. So therefore, the problem of Kenya is not entirely the person in power, but what they are getting out of this kind of leadership that they have back in the villages. That is my video there and there. My name is Abel Mukwa. If this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel.